In the mid-1500s, in response to what many thought was an attack on religion during the various Protestant reformations, the Roman Catholic Church tightened its grip on the faithful in the form of a series of inquisitions or tribunals. It was hoped that these investigative bodies, largely comprised of priests and clerics, would stamp out heresy and thus ensure God's souls would be saved. Although not all of these tribunals were under the jurisdiction of the Vatican, the period of the Inquisition was often tainted by corruption and hypocrisy, and stained by torture and bloodshed.
If you were known to speak out against the church, a number of things could happen to you. If you were lucky, you would be hanged. They weren't too fond of that because it was too swift. So burning was the option. Sometimes slow burning, sometimes they would burn you deliberately very slowly and then pull you off the pyre for half an hour or so and then put you back on. So that's the kind of thing you could expect.
Of course, notions of sedition, heresy, and speaking out against the church could be widely interpreted and arbitrarily defined. To some, it meant any challenge posed to the Word of God as set forth in the Bible. Anything other than a literal interpretation could mean imprisonment or death. And during the 17th century, the biggest threats posed to the church and its teachings would often be found in the world of science.
In the 17th century, if you were found to be thinking outside the restrictions, then the Inquisition could call you in and one had the opportunity to recant, but if one stubbornly held on to your own views, then there could be a very, very serious punishment by means of imprisonment or, in the worst case scenario, the burning alive within Campo de' Fiori.